What's going on, you guys? Slim here at YCS Niagara 2022 with my brother Asian Persuasion. You already know.
Yes, sir.
And we are here with the one and only
Jay Quincy.
Yeah. First time on the channel. Little selfless plug. One of my favorite players that I've been following for years. Always dreamed of having you on the channel. So I'm giddy right now just having you on the channel, bro. I appreciate it. Been following you for a long time, so super happy to have you here. But first and foremost, how'd you do here at YCS Niagara?
So I got my 20th YCS top.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, nice.
Didn't get the ring, unfortunately. But now I'm hungry. I'm really hungry, guys. So I'm going to play more. I came top 32 at YCS Niagara. I played a really interesting Runic Sprite version.
Runic Sprite, okay.
I believe after this profile, I think one card in particular that I'm playing, everyone's going to play in their Sprite list. Absolutely, and I'm going to explain why. Also, the Sprite engine's crazy, so yeah, I'm going to go really in depth. Also, I'm going to, on my own, I have my own YouTube channel as well. So it's just Jay Quincy. Check it out. Hopefully you guys will put it in the description.
Link will be in the description for sure.
I'm going to do like an in-depth profile on there as well, going over like combos and like just basically how to get the max value from your starting hands, and hopefully help you guys grow as players. I stream regularly as well now, and I'm also a coach. Yeah, so I'm going to go straight into the profile. Actually,
before you do, there's one more thing. There's one thing he forgot to mention.
There is one thing of it, yeah.
One of my favorite things to do on the way to work. His podcast, TCG Experience, I'm just plugging it, is just absolutely insane. Him and Sammy, I'm convinced Sammy's not real, and I'm saying it on the profile.
He's the realist.
He's so real. I couldn't believe he was a real person, but yeah. Your guys' podcast is insane. You can explain it like it's just TCG Experience for you guys.
So me and my close friend Sammy, absolute crusher. He's very good at Pokemon, one of the GOATs. Actually, one of the only few players in the TCG to ever turn down the Worlds invite.
Wow.
He got second place at Euros in 2011, and he said no.
I said, I'm
going
good.
to go Pokemon Worlds. I said, thank you, I'm good, thanks, guys. And yeah, he's just a really good guy. The podcast, we keep it raw, keep it real. It's so funny, man, honestly. I'm actually shocked at how much of a hit it is, because like all weekend people have been coming up, like loving it, complimenting on it, and it's really nice and like refreshing to hear. So thank you to everyone who's made this weekend really pleasant. And yeah, of course, shout out to Sammy, my boy. And I'm going to bring it to America soon. Me and him are going to crush it.
Can't wait.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you guys enjoy it.
Of course, always, man. All right, now
okay,
let you
ready? Ready for it?
Ready?
Let's
see it.
All right, so I'm playing 42 card main deck.
Okay.
And obviously, we can't play Splite without best engine, and it's the Frog engine. Now this engine's crazy. Toad makes this deck absolutely disgusting. It's when I'm going first, I know I've already won. That's how good the deck is. If you go first with this deck, you should win, unless you're very unfortunate. But in this version, it's very hard to brick. You will see why, because basically you can play so many extenders, you play so many ways of interrupting, and once you're set up at all, you're going to slow down your opponent that much that you'll always be able to grind back into the game. So it's just a win-win. So I do believe that this version is definitely the best. Now this is the best engine to start with. What's interesting though with Splite is if you do open this card, you're like, well, what am I going to summon now with my Gigantic? You've already got your Toad. Well, this is the level 2 that I play, and it's Hyperia.
Oh my god.
Now this card is so underrated, and it really shocks me and confuses me why a lot of players do not play this at all. I don't think I've ever seen one in a deck list. Yeah, I know people talk about it, but a lot of the top lists don't play it. Basically what this card does is when it's summoned, draw one card. Very simple, very basic. It's a level 2. You only can use this effect once per turn. There's no other drawbacks. But if you already have this and you can summon this Gigantic, draw a card, it lets you dig down deep into your hand traps, into your disruption cards, into your runic cards as well, and also to your side deck cards. A cool thing as well is you can bring it back off Alpha and draw an extra card. So if your opponent doesn't play into Reborning or Toad, you can then go, cool, I'll go Alpha, draw a card. And if you really need to net a card as well, you can, and you have Fountain in play, you actually valued your equity goes up now to try and summon this back from Alpha to draw a card because you have Runic Fountain in play. And then if you hit a Runic card, which you play, I play 11 quick plays, you hit one of them, you can just activate it, and then you can shuffle back X amount that are in your graveyard with Mountain Resolution to draw more cards, which means you're going to draw more Runic cards and more hand traps, which disrupts your opponent even more. So this is a must-have in any Runic deck, and actually in every Splite deck.
It's nice.
So buy it now, it's going to go up, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and now that's the basic stuff. Splite Blue, I love this card. I'm not going to explain it. 3 jet. You obviously need to play 3 of each just to keep it consistent. These are the best ones. This gets to this gets to this, etc. I play 1 carrot, 1 red, and 1 pixies. You have to play pixies, especially with a lot of danger going around. That deck summons a lot of big boys, so this really helps. And also, a lot of people forget about it. It's don't forget you can use this in the field or in hand. Okay, just don't forget that. A lot of people miss that. So you can just summon all your guys in attack mode, and then Alf can summon this back from the grave, and now your opponent might not attack into your guys, or they might just start attacking and you can just send it and you'll be good. Cool. So pretty basic. And now that's that engine. Now the hand traps. So because we're drawing a lot of cards in the deck, hand traps value goes up. So now we're playing 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and then we play 3 Ghost Cloud Haunted Mansion. Now I was unsure to play this or Crow, but it didn't make sense now why you should play this. Everyone's playing Crow. Okay, so you could Crow your opponent's Ronin Tone and get out of the game, it's gone. But why not just protect your own Ronin Tone? You're going to win anyway. So you might as well have this instead of having Crow, because it means now it's just going to protect your Ronin Tone from getting banished to your opponent's Crows. And also, it's really good against tier elements. It's good against Mech. It's good against the mirror. I actually prefer opening in this than this. However, Ash now is much better than it used to be because of the runic cards that are out. Ash is just a card that you always need to include down your main deck. Obviously, tier element might disagree with that, but I just can't reg a deck now about these two. And with the increase of tier element, I think I just have to play Nibiru. People get punished too much. I actually kept this in against the mirror match in game 2 and 3, and usually you just wouldn't. But a lot of players play into it, so I don't mind it. Players who tried nibbing me game 2 and 3. I got nibbed once during the tournament, and yeah, I mean, like, people just keep it in, so nib is actually quite impactful. Now, the other hand traps that I do play is 3 impermanence. This is goated as well. It can't get called by. It can't get responded to, basically.
Talents.
Talents, internal talents. So, and the cool thing is you can play it in your turn as well as your opponent's turn. Also, it turns off floodgates. It answers a lot of problems in the current meta game. So this is just essential. You know what? I would not be surprised if they do limit this in the future because of how versatile this card is. And you're actually losing equity by not playing it in your deck.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Definitely.
Cool. So the other boring cards with the engine, obviously the 3 starters and the 1 Smasher. You have to play Smasher. It doesn't make sense not to play it. I wouldn't play 2, especially in a runic version. I know you'll be tempted, but the reason why you shouldn't play 2 is because this whole deck disrupts everything else. So if you play multiple of this, you're just adding now to your brick hands, where really you're trying to actually play the game. So don't add to your bricks, just play one of these. Next up, this engine is goated.
This comes to you.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Now,
This is literally our only runic pro card for the weekend.
this is
Yes, sir.
honestly,
Oh
this is
yeah, the
sick.
tip, just
I love
the tip.
it. Here's
the
runic
tip.
tips, guys. I played 3 of the impermanents to negate the effect monster, and then they banish 3 cards to the deck. I then play Runic Flashing Fire.
Okay, so
this is the one that destroys a special summon monster and the top 2 cards from the deck, and then 2 destruction and 1 field spell.
MS2 guys.
So annoyingly, I actually drew this so often during the tournament, but it's okay. It just is what it is. Variants does play a part. Now, I actually kind of regret not playing a 3rd destruction because every time I go first, I wouldn't actually draw multiple runic cards because in draw phase I'll play, summon level 2, discard to add. Now I turn off Veiler and I turn off Drawbird as well. So I had the runic field spell, and then now I just go activate runic, activate tip. When I activate tip, even if the ash it still counts as being activated, so this will trigger on a separate chain. And then now I'm just going to put 3 cards back and draw 3 cards. So, and then I also have my level 2 out.
Yeah.
So now I just need 1 level 2 to play, and like we play loads of level 2s.
You draw a ton of cards, yeah, it's just crazy.
You draw so many cards, and then you have so much disruption, and this is a problem if it gets removed. Now, I do play Jerry, the level 4 fusion, and the reason why I wrong one. Some more spice I'll show you later. So I play Joey. The reason I play this is because if they do destroy this, it can come back to my, I can hand it back to my hand from this card. If I never actually used that effect once during the tournament, because it lets you add a non-quick play runic card from the grave to your hand. The only time that it left the field is if like Tia just put it back into the deck with the boss monster.
Yeah.
Rarely got banished, but if you want to beat this deck, Cosmic Cyclone, get rid of the fountain, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
You keep it there, you're just going to be outgrinded for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the engine. 42 main deck. The only games I lost were really to myself in Swiss, so I was 6-0. Round 7, I lost a dice roll, got unlucky game 1, I won game 2. Game 3 was very back and forth, really close. I didn't make a mistake, I don't think anyway, and I just lost that game. My opponent went on to top 8 from that match. Then in the round after that, I'm 6-1, I lose to myself. So I make such a simple mistake, which then cost me to go 6-2, and then luckily I won that round 9 and round 10. But yeah, I mean, I'm very confident with the deck. The deck just has a lot of responses. I just think this is definitely the right way to play Sprite. It's very disruptive. It's very punishing. You can deck your opponents out. It's if you sequence everything correctly, you're just going to punish your opponent for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about the extra deck. Now I'm going to go straight to the runic cards, just because we left off with those. Now I've got 2 of the level 2s. Now the cool thing with this card is, the really cool interaction is Ogre see in play. Not in every deck, but it is. So if you make Gigantic and use the effect, so you just you activate effect, your opponent ogres, you can chain any runic card, summon this, and then on resolution, Ogre will try and destroy this. You can just banish this and res. It's very similar to like how the Pranked cards work, Meow Meow. You banish on resolution, and this will just resolve, it's not destroyed.
Yeah.
And your opponent won't see that coming because it's in your hand, right?
Yeah, it's in your hand.
So I have 2 of these guys. I played the level 3, never summoned it. I played level 4. I did summon this, but I only summoned it for its destruction effect. So I entered the battle phase and then played the spell to summon it. That way then I don't skip the battle phase anyway, I just skip the next one. It allows me then to crash into their monster to destroy a threat. I can destroy floodgates, destroy any card they control, can't destroy my card effect, only can destroy the battle, and then when it destroys the battle, it destroys a card in the opponent's field. They're the fusions. We go straight to the links. Played the most broken link to.
Ban-worthy.
It is ban-worthy. It's literally Nightmare Goblin on
crazy
legs. The fact that you can't target them is just crazy. It would still be ridiculous without the target effect. But that just creates a lot more issues. Yeah, Splight Elf, will be shocked if this goes to 1. It will be banned eventually.
Yes.
It can't be currently just because of how popular Splight is, and Konami obviously won that in the season for quite a while. So we're going to see more of this. Then I play a Dark. You know what? I actually never summoned this.
Really?
I never summoned it.
That's surprising. You didn't steal someone else's blue?
Yeah,
Nothing.
it's the crazy stuff you could do. The reason why it never came up is because I was just so far ahead when I played.
Yeah, you didn't need to make it.
I just never needed to do anything. Actually, a lot of the time, my opponents were just scooping. Because I had like a +7 on them, and they were just like, I just have answers to everything.
I think also, since you're playing the runic cards, like you have the little added bonus of banishing cards from their deck, that they're just losing resources while you're gaining resources. It feels like you're always ahead.
Yeah.
It seems to be like, I think that's the real difference with this deck, just seeing like what you've shown. Like
exactly that. And the cool thing with the runic stuff as well is, let's say you game 1, you know you're going to win, just play one of the runic cards, like the tip for example, just banish a card, find out what they're playing. That
gain knowledge,
And then I know what to decide now. Do I keep my Nibiru's in? Do I not keep them in? You know, there's a lot of information that can be presented to you if you find it, right? Okay, so they're the only links I play. They're the only fusions I play. Okay, now let's get to the XYZs. So 2 Gigantic Sprite. Obviously, the Beast.
Everything needs to go.
Then we play the Soul Sweeper. This card's insane. Love this card very much. Just clears monsters and it just allows you just to apply a lot of pressure. Funny enough, you do miss a lot of your battle phases, but you just play this to outgrind your opponent.
It's a grind deck right here.
Just be concerned about time though, because time can come up if you play, if you're not quite quick with this deck, because you are missing your battle phases. So you need to be quite reasonable with the amount of time that you're playing it. So if this is your first time playing it in a tournament, I highly recommend don't, or just like play a lot before just to get used to the deck. itself. I only went to time once, but other than that, my opponent just kept scooping, or I scooped at earlier than if I think I'm going to lose. So.
Yeah.
And then I play Sky Cavalry, Downard, and Zeus. Yeah, I mean, like, these are good. Did I summon Zeus? I don't think I summoned Zeus once even. Like, just the runic spells with a lot of the disruption. This kind of, your opponent has to respond to this anyway, so they usually did before I could ever make this. But that's the Edge deck. Right, now the side. Now, the side might be a bit spicy for some. Standard for others, but we'll see what you guys think of it. Okay, so obviously Red Resonator.
Yeah. Just need to play it.
But don't forget this card, when it's summoned, you can summon a card, I think it's level 4 or lower from your hand.
Yeah, summons it.
This card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Yeah, so, yep, it has that. You also, which means you can summon a hand trap, like Ash or Bell, then you can make Alf.
Yeah.
And I play double pro. We're just going to play 3, so it'll be nice against 2 elements to have 3 of these and 3 Ghost Bell, but I decided that space was just too tight and I'd rather have the cards that are currently in the side deck. And I have 3 Cosmics. You just have to have this card, it's really nice. Even though I do play 2 Destruction in there, the MST removal, I play 3 of these. I decided not to play the 3rd Destruction in the side deck. I just put this over just because of mine, how popular it is. Surprisingly, I don't think any topped, like Mystic Mind Burn.
I didn't see anybody like that, no, yeah.
This was not the event to play mine, everyone was prepared for it. Free barrier. This card's just great. Like when you go first, it's just crushing. But funny enough, though, this deck feels like it's always going to win anyway if it goes first. So I might just start playing more go second cards on the side deck and just give me more answers when I go second.
Yeah.
And on that note, 3 evenly matched. Just a really good card. I'm surprised he still made this card, but it actually seems really unfair, but it's very good. Especially the amount of enemy gates, I'm sure that's why they've kept it in. And then the last, this spice actually for the side deck is 3 Curse Seal. And the reason why I play this is you're always going to have your spells in your hand, so you've got a choice. You can either use a spell or you can use this. And I put this in against basically when I went first every game. And I chose these over Solemn Judgments because of Mystic Mind as one of the primary reasons, because once you activate this on Mystic Mind, they cannot activate again for the rest of the duel. You don't have to worry about it. Cool. Also, you can hit Starter, you can hit Prosperity, you can hit all these good cards allow your opponent to play, and you'll be so far ahead at that point anyway, so you don't actually mind negging 1.
Yeah.
And just you can't play the card again.
Yeah.
And discarding runic cards.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's a
and
cool
they can
thing.
draw.
Yeah.
They can draw the dead copies later on, and they're just dead. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
and it's counter trap for us. They can't respond to it.
Exactly.
So it's good for Dark Ruler. It's good for Droplet. Droplet saw a ton of play this weekend. Well, it might not seem that much of a play, but in Top Cut, it was in a lot of decks. So that shows how good Droplet really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 15 card side, 15 card extra, 42 card main deck. I hope this profile will helpful to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you want to check out any more of my videos, check out my YouTube, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.
Awesome, man. Well, it was awesome to have you on the channel. Super excited. We'll definitely see more from you in the future. But congratulations on another top number 20. Let's
Top
go,
20,
man.
baby.
Congratulations, and thank you for the deck.
Thank you guys.